with them every day. But how much do you know about the trucks you pass on the highway? Maybe not enough.
Okay, I'd like to check your registration and your driver's license.
The Florida Department of Transportation pulls over unsafe trucks every day. Overweight trucks. Trucks with unsecure loads.
No, and that one there with the bolt in it is not acceptable.
Trucks that have no business being on the road.
There's dangerous trucks on the road with the amount of trucks that you have out there, and it's inevitable to find some.
But it's getting better. And most of it comes from better enforcement.
Years before, we just didn't have the manpower to really come out there and get compliance. You're always going to have your road companies out there that just don't want to come into compliance, but it's getting better. We're getting more people out there to actually do the job.
And while it's inconvenient for truckers, even they think it's making the roads safer.
Well, I'm sure it's a necessary evil. If they didn't have anyone to control it, then, you know, people would take advantage of the situation. Nobody likes it, but yeah, it's something we've got to have.
So if the trucking industry is getting safer, why then are there still so many accidents involving trucks? It may be the sheer lack of respect, the sheer power of these big rigs.
And a lack of knowledge among drivers sharing the road. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, 200,000 accidents occur every year between cars and trucks. 60% of those accidents are caused by cars. And in 4 out of 5, the driver of the car will die. That's why the federal government is pushing a new driver education campaign, a crash course to help cars get a handle on how to safely share the road with trucks. Like teaching drivers to avoid the no zone. Truckers have huge blind spots, and when you're in them, they can't see you. Take a look at this car. It's fine, it's fine, it's in the no zone. Or look at this situation. When you're on a truck's passenger side, his blind spot runs nearly the entire length of the truck. And that's when the no zone becomes a danger zone.
Makes you jittery. You're a small target, and they're pretty powerful looking.
Pass a truck and stop in front of them, you're really asking for trouble.
The big trucks on the road do intimidate me.
So people get so impatient, they can't wait one more second, you know, to let you get over.
Even though 1 second could keep you from ending up underneath the wheels of one of these.
Don't blink or you might miss the fun. It's drum and bugle time in Central Florida. This is the Pioneer Corps from Milwaukee. The practice field is jammed with people wanting to be the best when the competition heats up this weekend at the Citrus Bowl. In a world where we keep hearing about athletes holding out for even more millions, college stars who say a scholarship isn't enough for their performance, these kids pay hundreds for the chance to compete. They're paid $0. So why do it?
Most of us give up an entire summer with our families and our friends or doing anything else, and we work every day giving up those things for the musical experience itself.
It's about emotion. I mean, just look. I mean, everybody's out there giving 110% to try to put the best show on the field as possible. I mean, we're all working towards a common goal.
If you don't love what you do, then there's no point in doing it. And if you have to be paid that much money to do it, then there's no point.
For the folks in the Corps, life on the road does not even get close to even the least expensive motel. Everywhere they go, they're forced to crowd into the local gymnasium with a sleeping bag and a pillow for comfort. Despite the heat and the hard work, they keep doing it. Some of them for years, some are first-timers. Less than half will actually make music their career.
And our crowds respond in kind, I think. I think that they understand the fire and passion that we have for it.
Routine after routine in the blazing heat. An occasional water break, maybe a short nap. They hear athletes refuse millions of dollars to play a number of sports. Money they'll never be offered. Dave McDaniel, News Channel 2.
Holiday shopping is in high gear.
$14.68. Thank
you.
We all have our list to fill. So how many people do you have to buy Christmas presents for?
18 children.
The challenge is to have a joyful season without suffering a holiday hangover later. The trick is to focus on what you really need to buy.
That's the biggest thing that we see. People go to the mall and they think, gee, I have 10 gifts to get, but they have no idea of what they want to get or how much they can afford to spend.
So before you hand over your credit card, make a list. Write down how much you can spend and then stick to it. Face it, this is the kind of money a lot of us use during the holiday season, plastic. Financial experts say we don't necessarily have to tear them up and throw them away. Use the one with the lowest interest rate. If you can't pay it off right away, only spend what you can afford to pay off in 3 months.
You know, it's very depressing for Christmas to roll around next year and you're still paying for last year.
Make it a New Year's resolution to plan for next year.
Y'all ladies have fun shopping.
Add up all your receipts from this holiday season. Divide the total by 12, and that's how much you need to save each month for next year. That could be the greatest gift you give yourself.
Look at you. You are such a good boy.
That's my boy floating. Good boy.
This is how Chris Brower is protecting her baby from drowning. She's a nurse and has seen too many accidents.
He's doing great.
She wants to give 13-month-old Austin a fighting chance.
Wow, look at you. Good
It's called Infant Swimming Research, a program Orlando's Dr. Harvey Barnett started over 30 years ago.
So good.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has not endorsed the concept of teaching infants to swim, but Barnett says his program works.
If there was a hole in this technique, we would have seen it by now. We've had almost 100,000 babies documented in this system and 920 who have saved themselves from a definite drowning situation and another 1,406 who have saved themselves from a very probable drowning situation.
Swim to the side.
For a mom, watching her child's first lesson can be pretty tough emotionally, but the moms I talk with say the results are worth it. Elizabeth, show us what you can do. Swim on out there, okay? All right, Elizabeth.
I know now that if he fell in, you know, he could float, and it could buy us a couple of minutes, and that could be all the time that we need.
People are just amazed at her skills and how well she swims. I think it's great. I'm proud of her, and I just love this program.
Want to swim to the side?
In this program, teachers don't throw babies into the water. They work with them one-on-one, slowly teaching them survival skills through their senses. The babies learn to open their eyes and close their mouth, roll over and float, never going without air for more than 3 seconds. Eventually, they learn to swim to the wall.
Good boy! Yay!
Chris Brower believes Austin's new aquatic abilities will help prevent a tragedy from casting a shadow on her family.
First, we picked a spot. With microphone in place and a sign welcoming everyone, we waited and waited and waited.
I don't know that anybody's going to come up and do anything.
Can you say something in there?
They'll probably come up and look at it and walk away from it.
Hey, I do have something to say, actually.
Joke telling and not necessarily clean.
How do you get a Kleenex to dance? How? Put some boogie in it.
I'd just like to send out accolades to the local police force.
Is this on?
Hello, Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Under question? But we had some trouble getting adults to step up to the mic.
Maybe put, you know, free donuts or something.
Well, that might get them.
Offer them money. With empty pockets, we turned to a motivational speaker instead.
Hey! Woo! Got an open microphone down here. Any superstars in the crowd, come on down. Woo!
The response was overwhelming.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi. I'd like to say hello to Harrison Ford.
Hey.
Rice pudding.
Oh, there's nothing I want to do today. No friends, nothing to do, nothing.
Someone might sing or dance.
Got a letter from you today.
Mary had a little lamb, as sweet as white as snow.
Don't forget, I'll stay in you. It's up to you what you do with your life.
Oh, say, have you heard about Harry?
And you made my love.
But for now, it's party time. Forget your fears. Don't cry.
Once they got going, there was no stopping them.
Bin schon 5. Mal in
Harrison, I love you, man.
Ich kann nur sagen, es
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, kids. It's Mom.
Es ist super hier.
I don't, and I'm...
Hello, my name is Liz. Vote Republican. Wait, are we getting tape right now?
And talk about romance.
I really love this place. We came down here on our honeymoon.
That's how I love her. She takes good care. There she is over there. Isn't she beautiful? The gray fox.
And I looked at my buddy and I said, I'm going to go meet that girl because I'm going to marry her someday. And sure enough, a year and a half later, I married her.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Right on Fort Myers. Woo!
Cable television. In Southwest Florida, you can pay anywhere from $26 to $30 a month just for basic service alone. Start adding premium channels and your monthly bill can really add up. That's why cable descrambling boxes are becoming the hot new trend. In this national magazine, Popular Science, the back pages are filled with such ads. Only one problem: the boxes are illegal to use.
The concept of stealing or using cable television services in an unauthorized fashion is very similar to that of shoplifting. Someone must pay for the product. Right here in Southwest Florida, we're looking at in the millions of dollars for basic service and premium service like Home Box Office and Showtime.
But that isn't stopping thousands of people from buying and building their own descrambling boxes.
I got the plans to build one for $12 right on the internet. The supplies at an electronics store, and business is brisk, mainly because it's not illegal to sell the parts.
They're doing big business, but it also makes some sellers nervous.
We order the variable capacitor portion of it, which is the main component in there. We order those 100 at a time, and probably order every 2 to 3 weeks.
The box we built cost a total of $29, and in the end, guess what? It didn't work. Maybe because cable systems are making their signals harder and harder to descramble. But until recently, this man was using one that did work.
Did you know, or did you even care that, doing what you did was illegal?
It's not really illegal.
It's called cable piracy.
That's interpretation, I'm sure.
But theft is punishable under state and federal law. So the next time you get frustrated at the high cost of cable, remember you can pay an even higher price if you descramble and get caught. John and Pemba, News 2.
In a quiet Naples neighborhood, images are becoming a reality. Their shape is one of a kind. But the imagination from which they are formed comes from the same woman, Kathy Spaulding.
Well, the nice thing about Naples is I can spend days at a time undisturbed. It's such a quiet, wonderful environment to work in.
Spaulding's created hundreds of sculptures, but her latest has her career soaring to new heights.
It's a great honor to be included in this project.
One that has become part of an $800 million extravaganza in Paradise Island. This is where attention is centered around Cypselurus, which means flying fish in Latin.
I was more afraid of getting the job than losing it. Because I knew I'd give up my life for a good year.
It actually took a year and 7 months to create these 28 flying fish from 22,000 pounds of bronze.
It takes a while to get the momentum built up, and so sometimes I won't leave the house for days. The newspapers stack up in the driveway and the neighbors come and check on me.
This 46-year-old never thought she had the talent to become a sculptor until she watched her mentor, painter Andrew Wyeth.
And I'd look out of the window and watch him paint every day. He picked up the glass of water and threw it on the pad and started scratching it all out to start all over again. I thought, oh, he does that too. And that was right at the point where I decided that I could do it too.
She began to climb the stairs to success as offers for her work flowed in from individual homeowners.
I had to go and practice in front of the mirror. When I sold my first sculpture, it took $25,000. It didn't come naturally.
But her talent did, and that's how Cypsolaris got here.
When we first installed it, there was a redneck fellow here that says, those are the ugliest the ugliest darn fish I've ever seen. And I thought, oh good, he doesn't like them, they must be great.
Spalding created his sculpture so guests could see it from many different angles, whether it's down below or even from the 6th floor balcony. The view is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm flattered. I'm very flattered that people like it.
It's really an energetic, sort of uplifting thing. Oh, it's beautiful. It reminds me, I do a lot of fishing when I'm back home, and quite often I see fish jump out of the pond and stuff like that, so that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Well, it just looks like they're having a great day in the sun like the rest of us are here in the Bahamas, and that there's so much alive. That's what life's all about. Love it.
Your first reaction is, I'll never do that again. And then, about a week later, I thought, oh, I don't think I can stop this. I need to do a bigger one next time.
And with that energy, she's ready to leap into new ideas, trying to draw out our own imaginations.
I mean, this is incredible.
In the Bahamas, Valerie Boy.
I'm very flattered that people like it.
Wink News.